these little lights are getting insanely good. Let's talk about it. Okay, so this video is not going to be about a specific product. I'm going to talk a lot about the Godox ML60 bicolor portable light, but this video in general is just going to be about portable lights and why I think they've just gotten so good, and they're actually pretty valuable, pretty useful for filmmakers, which wasn't the case before. I think the case before was, you know, they were underpowered and they didn't really have good color accuracy or anything like that. Now, there's a caveat though. I think a lot of the stuff that's coming out today is fantastic, but I also think it's sort of also good marketing, because there's a gray area where it may not be actually practical for, let's say, being a key light or a fill light or whatever, but it might be a perfect light for like product placement or to light a certain scene, background lighting, things like that. So let me start off with why I like this particular product. And again, this is old, so it's not necessarily a review of this product, but I will be kind of reviewing it because in general, it's going to describe where we're at and where we're going with lights like this. And some of the products that are out today, some of the new stuff that's coming out today, that's just blowing my mind away. And I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below. Do you guys think that these little lights that are coming out almost on a monthly basis now, are they innovative? Are they practical? Are they actually useful? Or is it all just marketing fluff? And if you do think it's cool, practical, and useful, what's your favorite light? Because I'm looking to buy more. All right, starting off with this Godox. Now, a lot of these light manufacturers are kind of doing the same thing. And most of them come with a great bag now, a gig bag or whatever you want to call it, with a lot of accessories inside ready to go. And that wasn't always the case. So with this Godox, for example, you get all the cables you need, you get some cable straps, you can go V-mount if you want. You of course get your light dome, and this is really incredibly useful because without this thing, the light's actually pretty underpowered. So if you are trying to use it as a background light or a beam light or something like that, you really need one of these. This particular model comes with a remote. I actually prefer remotes over apps, but the best of both worlds, having both of them, I think is the way to go. So having a remote where I'm, shooting my talking head and I can adjust things on the fly, that's great. But also having an app so you can just kind of buy a bunch of these lights and with the click of a button, program a certain scene or whatever, and it all gets taken care of. So manufacturers out there that are coming out with these new lights, consider having both. What is this, like an extra $10 to include? Just do it. This particular model comes with a lot of gels, so you can change the colors and add colors and do all these great stuff to the actual light. Because this one's not an RGB light, it's just bicolor. You can go from, warm tungsten to sunlight, daylight. But the biggest selling point with these lights, and the biggest reason why I decided to get this particular model, is the portability, the battery powered feature of these lights. Now this Godox in particular, hands down, this is the highlight of the entire unit. These two battery packs right here, these large Sony battery packs that I bought for it, can actually run for quite a bit of time. And I actually use this light as a fill light along with my main key light for most of my talking heads when I'm at home. And I can get like, I don't know, 3-4 weeks of videos with this light, just shooting talking heads, 20-minute talking heads or whatever, 2 times a week, something like that. Now, I've also used this little guy on actual shoots, short films, and with the batteries, we were shooting at 4 or 5 hours at a time, something like that, and it didn't drain. I still had some juice left. So to be honest with you, I haven't yet drained this light, but even if I had, everything in here that's included, I mean, you can plug it into the wall or recharge it while you're using AC power, whatever. It's pretty convenient. I really think this is the biggest feature. So the new models, I think that's where it's kind of iffy. Some of them have built-in batteries, which isn't good because, again, on a shoot, I can take like I don't know, 3 or 4 packs of these Sony batteries, and I know I have the entire day. Whereas a rechargeable light that has a built-in battery, you are limited to recharging it on the spot. So big thing that I would, if you're looking for small lights, consider external battery packs, just my personal opinion. Another pro, but also a con to this particular Godox is this light dome. I've used this light dome on a couple of shoots now, and I've been pretty impressed. I mean, it's not going to be a key light, but it acts as a really good fill light to just diffuse light in an entire room in all directions. So this was really cool. Huge pro. The con to this particular system, the major con to this particular system, is Godox has this like proprietary mini Bowens mount system going on here, which it's not bad, right? But it's not great. So the Bowens mount feature is fine, right? It locks in everything, and I get it. They have to have like this mini version of it, which is fine. And I think they sell an adapter so you can go with like a full-size Bowens mount, which is also great. And, you know, I can go down that route. This particular dome light clips in just fine. The problem is with their diffuser, their parabolic diffuser. It's not very good at all. The grid and the size of it, it doesn't actually have enough spread to diffuse light very well. And it's really more for like product shots. If you're shooting something really small and you're gonna put a tiny diffuser on top of it, it works okay. But if you're going to use it actually in practical terms, it's not that great. Again, as a fill light, it's fine, but I tend to use it now on short films with this dome because the dome acts really well. So the pros are the accessories work really well. The cons are the Bowen mount system on all these little miniature, you know, portable battery powered lights. It's not that great. So that's enough of the Godox for now. I like it, and honestly, it's the light that convinced me to look into more of these miniature battery powered portable lights. This particular model is pretty expensive though, but I think it probably has the features that you're looking for a little bit more of like storytelling rather than just this like light accessory that's in the background. So if you're considering buying this Godox, I think it's fantastic. Just consider the major con, which is the Bowens mount. So now let's talk about some of these other lights that are coming out. I'm sure you guys have heard recently there's the SmallRig RC60Bi Cobb video light with a built-in battery and Type-C fast charging. And this is like a handheld light. It's actually even smaller than the Godox, and that's the crazy thing. These lights are like little cubes now. And there's other manufacturers. If I remember correctly, I think Newer has one that they just came out with. Aputure probably has something. If not, they're coming out with something that's gonna rock the light world. But the problem that I have with these lights, at least just by looking at them initially, this particular one by SmallRig has a built-in battery. I know you can buy like battery power banks and all that, but that needs to be recharged and whatever. There's solutions to it. That's probably one of the things that I'm kind of like, how practical are these lights? Is it more marketing than, you know, actually being a practical light? But the other thing is they're so tiny. So what are they actually intended for? Is it just marketing? Can they actually be used as a fill light or even a key light? Probably not. Or are they just product lights or accessory lights, background lights? That's the thing that I'm most interested in. I'm really interested in the SmallRig, to be honest. It looks like it kind of checks off all of the boxes for me in regards to the light quality. And I have another SmallRig light that's fantastic. I'm gonna do a review on that. It's so clean, it's so color accurate. It's only a daylight light, but it's really good. I mean, the design aspect of it almost has like this like fluid head mount. It's just great. SmallRig did a great job designing it. It's always a positive experience with SmallRig. So I'm interested in this particular light because I want to use it in a scene. I want to use it to bounce some light off of or fill some light or even as like a background light, but I don't know. And then the other part of this is like, I kind of want like a daylight only version because I know that they're stronger, but I kind of also want a RGB version. So maybe I gotta buy a couple of these. And that's the other thing. If I buy like maybe 3 or 4 of these, it'd be really cool to set them up in the app and just be able to hit a button in the studio or the talking head or whatever, and it just turns on. So I don't know. really wanted to make this video just because I feel like it's crazy. Like, this thing is tiny. We're moving to another realm of possibilities with lights in general, and it's exciting. That's it for me, guys. I hope you found this video informative, and if you did, please consider subscribing and joining our channel memberships. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care, everybody.